And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of DCCW's The Superman and Lois Season 3, Episode 8. This episode was very good, I have to admit. First of all, this whole season's been great. And so if you have not seen this episode, big spoilers ahead. Okay, so we all know that Lois and the team are, they're trying to find some information about Bruno Mannheim and what exactly he's up to. Having the clinic, helping Lois and other cancer patients, try to get better is one thing. But what's happening behind the scenes of that besides his whole organization of being who he is? Now, in the comics and the cartoons, he's always been a weapons dealer, but what's there to be more about him? What's his connection with, the woman with the circle face mask? If there's any connection at all. So yeah, they basically find out that Bruno Mannheim's wife is that woman. And of course, Lois, she's at the point now, she's getting kind of moody at the fact that, she's getting weaker. Every episode, I feel like we see she's getting weaker by the minute of her, losing the will to become a reporter. But she's also feeling like she's like not want to investigate his wife and try to tell the world, yeah, he hid his wife for years. Why is that? Kind of thing. She doesn't want to be that gospel person. So, but Clark and, the other girl, they try to convince her otherwise, which gets Lois to a whole nother rabbit hole of finding information that kind of ties into Lex Luthor. Now, if you don't know who Lex Luthor is pretty much Superman's greatest enemy of all time. Apparently, he's in jail in this world, and it looks like from the evidence that Lois and Clark gathered, it looks like Bruno Mannheim kind of framed him for a couple of crimes that even he didn't commit, which is like, okay, but yet other crimes that he's committed, sure. But he's still in jail for that particular crime. So that's very interesting to see that. Is Lex Luthor coming to the show? Not sure, but be kind of cool to see that. We also got to see Jordan kind of help his brother out by stopping a fire that, that Jonathan went with the team, the fire department, to try to stop. Got himself into trouble. And not Jordan, but Jonathan, basically getting too close to a fire when he wasn't supposed to get anywhere near it because he's still a firefighter in training. So there's that. We also got to see Natalie meet her boyfriend's parents, who happen to be Bruno Mannheim and his wife. And of course, John finds out, loses it. He goes to the restaurant because they're having a nice civil dinner, and all hell breaks loose there. They attack him. His daughter and, their son, they leave. Of course, his suit shows up, tries to help him out. He gets blasted. Superman shows up, and the woman, Bruno's wife, she faints from basically using her powers a little bit too much. Now remember, she does have cancer, so she uses her powers, and I guess it's making her worse the more she uses it. Not really sure. She faints. Superman takes her to the hospital, but she ends up going to a prison kind of a hospital, so there's that. And now Natalie's forbidden to see her boyfriend now because who his father is, which I don't blame John for saying that, because yeah, she shouldn't. She sees what's going on, and yeah, his son could easily be a bad guy too. We just don't know yet, so time will tell to see what happens with that. But other than that, pretty interesting episode. We do get to see a lot of that stuff. Mention of Lex Luthor, possible being framed for a crime that he didn't commit, which will probably be the first time ever. So there's that. But seeing Lois Lane try to keep her chin up about the whole fact that she has cancer, but she has to, put that to the side because she's still trying to be a journalist at the same time, was cool. So I thought this episode was very good. So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode. Stay tuned for more, and thank you very much, and have a good night.